the other thing I was going to say now, in this particular recipe, I do not use an egg-based mayonnaise. Eggs can really clog the body. They can actually measure, after somebody eats an egg, how much it thickens the blood. And you know that thick blood is not good, right? It clogs, it causes strokes, things like that. So the spread I use, just to save myself some time, is a big veganaise, which you can get at Sprouts and Whole Foods. Yes, it costs more than the egg-based mayonnaise, but it's much better for you. Matter of fact, it is better. It is good for you, and the other is not, with the eggs and things like that. And it's got a wonderful flavor, as you'll see in a moment. And I use the grapeseed variety. I do not do canola oil, because canola is essentially a kind of a lab-produced plant. So I don't do canola oil. And so if I'm going to feed someone fat, I want it to be a good fat. So I do the grapeseed oil variety. And I use a pickle relish, an organic pickle relish that I buy from Trader Joe's. I like their pickle relish. I'm trying to go fast here because we're kind of running out of time. And another way to, this is a sweet pickle relish, so it does have an organic cane sugar in it. But instead of using the sweet one, if you use the dill pickle relish, you give the dish a totally different flavor. It's really nice. All right, so now we've got those chopped. Is take some seeds out of here. And then add as much of these ingredients in as you like. Onions, celery, bell peppers. Sometimes I like to use 3 different colors of the bell pepper in this particular dish. And I'm a big proponent of eating seaweed, so I actually have some nori seaweed wrappers here that we're going to use to wrap the sunflower seed pate in. So it's almost like making your own little sushi roll. Okay? I'm a big proponent of our folks eating more seaweed because it is a very rich in mineral, rich in nutrient plant food. It's just a plant that grows in the sea. And you know that the ocean's water is very similar to our blood. So anything that, in chemical constitution, so anything that can grow in that, it just makes sense that it must be very good for the body. One way that the Japanese overcame radiation poisoning after the bombing was that they ate a lot of seaweed. Because you can just imagine the devastation that those bombs caused, but those people came back around, you know, and were able to still maintain their culture and civilization. All right, so for this particular dish, I like garlic. I love garlic. I love fresh garlic too. To save time, we're going to use some garlic powder. Oh, I should have asked if somebody had garlic, but if you can't, I can make you a little on the size. Stir that in. And whenever you're trying a new recipe, always make a little bit. And that way, if you make what you might want to think of as, oh, this doesn't taste so good, I won't say a mistake. But then you can always alter it as you're going along. And like the chef said before, you always want to make sure that you taste the food as you're adding things in. And I'm rushing a bit because we're running out of time. And just by sight, I know when I want more of a particular vegetable at this point. I want more red bell peppers in here. Okay, and so at this point then, again, I get this organic pickle relish to save some time instead of trying to make it homemade from Trader Joe. It's only $1.99 a jar. It's really good. And all the ingredients are organic. Put that in. Again, just mix. A lot of the food that I serve, it has cayenne in it because it's very good for your circulation, your blood circulation. People here don't move very much. You know, drive places. They don't walk very far distances, so it's very good for circulation.
Powder or
You can the cayenne. I use the
powder?
Again, you make something as spicy as you like or not. I also use what's called a veggie salt. It's a vegetized sea salt, so that's why it's green like that. So there are a lot of dried vegetables crunched in here with sea salt. So that's very flavorful, and so you get more flavor, not just straight salt.
And you have to do that to the salt yourself?
No, I buy this. I'm sorry, I don't have the box, but it's VEGESAL, something like that. It's a product that most health food stores will find. Now, you can also use, say, the pink sea salt. Use that. And remember, that might look like a lot, but two things. One, that's raw sunflower seeds, so you're just trying to flavor those. And the other thing is, you don't have to put any salt in it at all. If you're either on a salt restriction or you just don't like the flavor, you don't have to add any at all. Okay?
This one is a four-season salad. It's the
Almost kind of reminds you of again, I like the great seed variety because if you're going to eat a straight fat, which this is, you're eating oil, buy the best one. The great seed oil is very good for the heart.
Were you on it? Oh, you could have taken it. What do you want? If it's one, I can remember. What do you want?
So again, see, nobody's asking, it's interesting, nobody's asking you about ingredients. You know why? Because I said, what? Just make it like you do potato salad. Everybody makes potato salad and tuna fish, right? All you got to do is substitute the potatoes or the tuna, or like you do chicken salad with the sunflower seeds. Boom. All right, so you can have a vegan dish with no big effort. And a lot of your food recipes you have at home are easy to substitute that way, so that you can start excluding those things, again, that clog the body, and start putting in those things that are going to energize you and help cleanse the body. And also now this dish, I can take it, I could stuff a bell pepper with it. You could stuff little tomatoes. You can stuff celery. I guess I should taste it first. So that was really quick, wasn't it? Something to serve you. Oh, it's just a minute. I encourage people when I do classes, I tell them to shop at the different ethnic shops. So this seaweed, if you go into, say, Ralph's or Bond's, if they even carry it, it's going to be very expensive, right? Because it's going to be a specialty food there. If you go to the Asian market, guess what? They eat it a lot, so it's no longer a specialty food. You're going to find it at a much lower price, right?
And I thought you had the soap nori.
No. And actually, this is roasted. Seaweed doesn't have as much of flavor. At least the nori doesn't have as much of flavor if it's not roasted, toasted. I eat it because I'm like, most of the food I eat, first of all, is raw. If I'm eating this, it's just something that's not totally raw. The other thing is how much heat can you put on seaweed. It's not like you can put it in an oven and roast it like a chicken. Right? wanted to offer. Sweetheart, you get this come up. I wanted her to taste it first. I wanted you to have a taste first, Mother. So I'm there. Okay. Okay. Well, let me. Where's the man?